Hey, this is Nate. I'm back with another recording here for historic gameplay. I always play ranked. I'm doing mono blue tempo this time. It's kind of more like a play off of Autumn Birch's tempo list that featured Curious Obsession and Standard a little while back. I think it was a little over a year ago, something like that. But we're working with that same concept. I have my little buddy here, Ryan. He wants to say hi. Yep, that's my son. He's been learning how to play a little bit. He likes to watch me play, and yep, there he is. Um, but yeah, he likes Grixis colors, so maybe we'll make a Magic player out of him one day. So let's go ahead and get into some gameplay. This is pretty self-explanatory if you're familiar. We're basically just trying to drop a creature, draw some cards, and stop whatever they got going. The Brazen Borrower is one of my favorite cards right now, period. And the Sea Dasher Octopus gives us another Curious Obsession effect. I did try, well, let me see where it is here. This guy, Curiosity, it was just too much. It was too redundant. And we don't really need to do anything other than just play islands and for the Tempest Gen. So as you can see, this was straight off the Simic Tron. Check out that video as well. See how that went for me. It's a pretty spicy list. Had some fun playing it. I have been able to rank up a lot more with this deck, but it's pretty matchup centric, and it also depends on the draw. See, right now we have a lot of control coming out the gate. We do have our Curious Obsession, which we like, but we don't have a threat or a guy to land on turn one. I do like having those Lofty Denials, and see, Historic has been such a wild card, which is, I think, why a lot of people, I've been really excited, but I would think a lot of people are excited to play Historic right now because of that. So, we got a Growth Spiral thing going on. Okay. Now we do have what we want here, but it isn't quite mana efficient. Because if I drop this guy now, I can't hold up and stop their next play and disrupt it. So we're going to go ahead and pass the turn so we can disrupt their next play. And basically that's just how you play tempo style. Hoping that they tap out. They didn't tap out, but they tapped out enough. Okay, so now we can play our threat, hold up our 2 mana to disrupt the next play, and then when we go into swing, we can put the Curious Obsession on it, start drawing cards, and then theoretically we're in business. Let's see what they do here. Oh, that's nice for us, because we can stop that. They're all in on Golos. Maybe they have a Field of the Dead thing going. Man, that deck is so nasty. So we're going to go ahead and attach the Curious Obsession. We're going to beat in here, draw a card. Huh. Okay, so right now we're just kind of bluffing. We don't really have anything to disrupt. If this was our Siren Storm Tamer, the Wizard's Retort would be online. But we can't do that right now. Okay. Let's go ahead and put another Curious Obsession on there. And we'll drop our land, so if we need to, we can counter something now. Thought so. They're down to 2 cards, which is pretty good, and we're about to draw 2 more. But our threat is wide open now. And that is definitely something we don't want. But can they do anything? Can they do anything sorcery speed about it? I got a lot of mana out there. Exiled my yard. That's pretty good. What was that, the Bajuka Bog? Yep. That was pretty good. It definitely keeps him from being massive nearly as fast. That Merfolk Trickster is going to turn out to be fun. Alright. Let's get in here, do some damage, draw a couple cards. That's nice. That's alright, I guess. We have a full grip. Let's put out another one of these guys. We can still hold 4 up, which means we can Trickster into Retort because the Trickster is also a wizard. Looks like that's what they're doing. So now I'm gonna try. Yeah. Okay. Now maybe if they're not savvy, they won't notice that this is gonna take away his abilities. Yeah, they're gonna do something. They're just gonna gain life. I mean, I guess that's not a bad plan of action right now. We'll, let's flash him in. Put him over for the extra damage. Huh. Okay. We'll get in our flyers and card drawers. This is gonna just try and gain life out of this. I mean, that is kind of nullifying. That is kind of nullifying my attack, and he's gonna do it again. Well then. Okay. Okay. Throw him back in your hand then. Yep, so we are Field of the Deading, like I said earlier, and we are grinding with them a lot more than what we would have wanted to. Ooh, that was a tough blast zone. I wasn't paying attention. Or I could have protected my dude on that one. No, I couldn't have. Is blast zone? Let me check. No, it does not target. Of course it doesn't target. Man, they just generate so much value. I have full grip. Let's just pass it. reason why I'm holding back these other guys is because he's building up. Yeah, and he's ready to do it too. So I'm not going to give him any extra value on that. And it looks like I'll be able to flash in both of these borrowers. Spend the mana, dude. Spend the mana. That's totally fine with me. Tapped out. Let's just go. He has no cards in hand. All he can do is play the heroes. Man, is that a draw and a half? He's got it no matter what. Are you serious, man? Yeah, this game's just going too long for a tempo strategy to get there. Field of the Dead. They're starting to build up cards. Dive down probably is pretty irrelevant in this matchup. All in all, Field of the Dead decks probably generate the most advantage right now in Historic. The card is just a really broken card, especially when you can use Golos and all the other ramp techniques that they got, and I mean, all that they do is hit land drops and just generate so much. All right. We could even prevent that too, but it's definitely too much. Alright, man, come on. This has not been the greatest evening for me as far as winning goes. Queen of the Kitties. Okay, now this is what we kind of want to see. So we got our threat. We got the Curious Obsession to put on it. We have Disruption. We have some extra card draw or an extra threat. And we got our closer. And we got a good amount of mana with 2. We'll draw into more. This is what we want to see. There's so and we're on the play even. So let's drop this Terramander. Anybody that plays this kind of deck, if you see this guy on a turn one and you're on the draw, or the Siren Storm Tamer, anything like that, you kill it immediately. You kill it immediately, especially if you're playing black. There's no excuse not to kill it immediately. Do it when they're tapped out. Now I have the dive down to protect it. We're in business. This is exactly what we want to see with this deck. Let's see what we got. Enchant the player. Well then. Huh. That's interesting. I've never seen that. Okay. Okay, so we're still sitting in... I wanted to draw into more disruption of whatever they were going to do. Another counter or another dive down a Spell Pierce would have been nice. Murderous Rider. Nah, bruh. So we're going to stop that. And we're going to bounce this weird thing back to their hand. Gonna get in for 2 again. So it's just a slow and steady wins the race kind of deal. We don't need to be in a hurry. Kind of a protect the queen. Another term for it. Protect the queen kind of strategy. Yeah, I don't really care about that thing. But I'll let them keep wasting their turn playing it. That's just fine. Drawing that there card. I'm surprised we haven't hit another land yet. I'm surprised they haven't hit another land yet. Let's flash in the Borrower. Yeah, I'll lose that life. Get in for 5. Get another land drop, we're cruising. I'll drop a Tempest Chin. Just because we really don't need it, it's win more at this point. Revenge of the Ravens. No. Let's take a land drop, I guess. Now, we just end the game. So, Mono Blue Tempo doing its job, helping me not look like a fool. It is a very competitive deck. I feel like it's very well tuned. Like, let's go back and take another look at it real quick, and then I'll jump back into another game. My standard version of it is not nearly as good, but it just has all the elements. The dive downs are doing all the disruption, more card advantage. These are your 2 threats that you want to hit on turn 1. The Lofty Denial ended up being so much better than Wizard's Retort, but you still got to play the Retort. Brazen Borrower is ridiculous in this deck. You got your 3 gens, and the Merfolk Trickster can do a lot of work. Spell Pierce is it. You just don't want to let the thing drag on and drag on and drag on. Um, the Mystic Sanctuary is tempting, but I don't ever want to have an untapped mana early with this deck, period. You don't ever want to have it. And if I play some Castle Vantress, it just takes away from the Jin, who you need the islands, the basic islands specifically, for the +1 on the attack. So it's a really streamlined, sleek version. I would love to see a modern version with Delver. I kind of have a little thing put together for it. I've talked to a couple of my friends about it. We'll see, but I tried it on MTGO a little bit, and I was fairly successful, but I don't know if it has quite enough to be able to stop everything in Modern, but that might be the best way to play a control-y style deck in Modern. So we have a lot of the things that we're looking for. We have our early threat. We don't have the Curious Obsession or the card draw engine, but we do have some disruption, some draw, and the Trickster can do some things, so let's rock with it. And we are on the play as well again, which is wonderful for us. We're going to throw out that Pteramander. Oh, and there's the Curious. And we have the Spell Pierce just in case they have anything, so that's why I'm going to go ahead. Sometimes I don't run it out unless I know I can protect it. But I can protect it. That extra land drop is nice there for old Joey Fingers. Sultai, they're going to do some things. See, and now we're doing what we want to do. Spell Pierce is just outclassing our opponent right now. And cards like that, it's just no problem. I remember playing a control deck against these decks, and just the mana efficiency advantage and what it does for so little cost is ridiculous. And you can really make a fool out of a control deck with a tempo deck. For anybody out there that just hates control, wants to shoot down the fun police, like, this is where you want to be, man. Tempo does it. It does better at control in the early frame of the game to establish, and it does big work. It does big work. Alright, so now I'm going to play the Storm Tamer as another way to protect my Pteramander. My control, my draw engine. Gas. We're cruising. Another thing is, if you want to rank up fast, I mean, this isn't like a hyper red burn list or anything, but you will rank up fast. See, now I can just be like, no, you don't Risen Reef. A control deck sometimes would have to debate whether or not they want to hit that. Yeah, I'll let them explore after they don't hit the reef. I mean, if I had a Spell Pierce, I would have Spell Pierced it, because it doesn't even matter. That's sick. We'll go ahead and put out this other Pteramander. Get in for 3. See, he's tapping down like every turn. We're stopping whatever big thing he wants to do. We just have to try and prioritize what we're the most afraid of at this point. Uro. So he's going to draw, he's going to gain 3 life. That's really about it. Huh. Hey, let's do this just because I like to do this, I think. And he only has 3 left, so a dive down should be able to take care of it. So he's going to do this, and with this trigger on the stack, I'm going to put it back in his hand. Now, it seems counterintuitive. You don't want to let him just keep doing it, but it's also just kind of making him grind his gears more. He still doesn't have anything out there. Now he has, what, like 1 mana open? Yeah, there's 1 mana open. 2. Okay, he's got 2 mana. 3 cards in hand. Searching off the passage. Really can't do nothing. After I untap, whatever he tries to do, I'm stopping. Even better, I don't care about that. Get you another mana. My question here is, well, I'm not quite there yet. I could drop this dive down just to power up, but that's not quite gonna get me there. I was thinking about doing the adapt and making a Pteramander bigger. Okay, I can just attack him. I got their shields down. That spell pierce is nice. Yeah. And we got all kinds of disruption. Most likely, whatever they're gonna try and do, we can just say no. They're powering up for something big. So yeah, that gets retorted. What is that? Yeah, okay. Draw a card. We don't need the Storm Tamer. Oh, some kind of axe. That's kind of alright, really. Okay. That's kind of nice. So... it's in the same position. Have to keep tap anything out on our turn because we have a bunch of instant speed. They don't have a ton of cards, and we just kind of want to maintain. I'll spell pierce that, and I know that they're gonna do it, but I kind of just want them to tap down more of their mana. They want to use their mana. Okay. So that's a little bit of information. They got 4 up. We're gonna try an Uro. They're totally tapped down with this Uro now, and they just did their thing with him. So I think this is where... no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna Trickster. And then we're gonna draw a card. There's another Pteramander. It's on 6 too. That's kind of a big threat. Alright, so I'm gonna take 1 mana to activate him. Take him to a 5/5, that's 11, 12, 13, that's not our total yet. So, it is our total. We could have done it, and we should have done it. We had it right there. Bad math. I don't math well, man. I don't math well. Okay, so now I'm gonna throw that Uro back to their hand. See, this is not going as fast. They're grinding out advantages. I don't think they're gonna have to stop something in the sky. They need a big plan right now. And I'm tapped down. I don't think they have any kind of a board wipe though, but if they did, man, it would blow me out. It would blow me out. I don't think they have it. Maybe they do. I've seen this guy Joey Fingers a few times. I feel like Platinum tier is kind of crazy. I've seen a lot of the same names. Grove Spiral? Oh, that's promising. Field of the Dead. Ah, we were playing another Field of the Dead deck and just didn't know it. Okay, so we win here. Yeah. Alright, so we picked up another W. Let's go one more. So we have some early disruption, we have some card draw, we got our early threat. For the biggest part, I feel good about something like this. I'm going to go ahead and throw out my Terramander in the blind just to get going because that's part of the tempo. If I had a counter spell, then I may not have let off. But yeah, we're going to do this. Part of me really wants to put that Mana Dork back in his hand. But I should probably just wait and put back in his hand whatever he plays with the Mana Dork. Like this guy. Because that's tempo. They just put their whole turn into that, and they don't even get it. So now I make my land drop. Get in with the Terramander. I could disrupt what his Dork does right now. Yep, he's going to do that. Check this out. Trickster! Ha ha ha! Probably don't need that. I could get a way to draw some cards. Well, I mean, that guy isn't bad either. Okay, so... at this point, I'm kind of not worried about these elves. He's not doing elf things, what elves want to do. I got a pretty good board presence going on. If they had more Mana Dorks out, if they had more lands, that would make a big difference in whether or not I tapped out there. But with them being so obviously behind, yeah, they're either in the tank or just incredibly salty right now. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad play for them. It's just probably not totally where they want to be. They're going to take 6 to the face at least on this next turn. Steel Leaf Champ's pretty good. Really good right about now, but it doesn't have reach. So that's problematic for them. We're just gonna get in with the 6. And this Borrower will present lethal. I think they're probably going to go into time again. Yep. If it was me, I probably would have just scooped by now. If you're feeling this dead to rights, like, just pick up your cards, man. Pick up your cards. Hexameta. I like looking at people's screen names. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just chump block the champ. If I can't. Is that the only one that's gonna get in? I mean, swing all out, nobody can block the flyers. Okay. So I'll take 11 to the dome here, if they ever let me go to block phase. They really suffered from a big time lack of mana in this game, and you know, that's really like the calling card of what a deck like this can do. Because any misstep you get punished for. If your deck isn't functioning to the height of its efficiency, Tempo will punish you for it. And in Historic, Mono Blue has all of those elements. It's not a bad play. I didn't think they had extra mana. And they still scoop. Those are a little quicker games. Let's see if we can get another one in here. If I can get this win here, I'll rank back up and maybe start making my ascension. Really need to get the Soul Scar mages and go over my burn list. So this isn't exactly where we want to be, but we do have the disruption. I did keep that a little early because I saw the Curious Obsession and just went with it. But we could be in a lot worse position. Maybe we can get a threat here off of this Opt. We do, however, get a Spell Pierce that I don't think we're going to need because I see green so far for the Silent Spartan. Oh, there we go. And we got our threat. Another Curious Obsession. We're not going to put out the threat, though, so we can hold up for the Lofty. Elves again. Huh. Interesting. And they really got me on that spell. I think we're going to put out the Djinn. Going to provide a pretty fast clock, and we're going to draw a couple cards here too, so this is pretty sweet. With everything that we got going on, I'm going to put out the Storm Tamer. That hurt. Oh, that hurt. That was a blowout. This is interesting. Now, the question is... there's a Chancellor. I'm probably in a bad position all the way overall on this. Yuck, really? The Great Henge? And a Druid? You gotta be kidding me, man. So... let's bounce... let's bounce this guy. Old Silent Spartan got out there. Elves can get away from you. Elves can definitely get away from you. When they had a problem with their mana, I pretty much have my way, but as you can see, it is not so. I cannot afford to swing, and that's when tempo is losing. And I don't think I have any way to get out of that either. But, as you can see, this blue tempo has a little bit of grease. Definitely recommend it if you like playing a control-y style deck and you want to rank up a little faster than what draw go control is. This is really the way you want to go. A lot of fun cards in here. You can do a lot of damage and make a control style deck and slower decks look dumb. Obviously you saw we have a little bit of problem with Field of the Dead, but I think every deck has a problem with Field of the Dead. So anyway, I'll be posting a historic for UW Control as well, so check that one out. I also have one for Simic-Tron, like I said. Like, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. I also have a video that I posted a couple days ago of some standard gameplay as well. A little bit of UW Control for Standard and Mono Black Standard, featuring the new Lily, and that one's a pretty cool one too. Had a lot of success with it. So yeah, check me out. Appreciate you watching this long. Peace.